I will expect the president, now that this matter has gotten to this stage, to call to order his subordinates. If he has to fire people, he should fire them. We didn't elect all these people. And quite frankly, I've been a lawyer in Nigeria for some time. I must confess, when this Attorney General was appointed, I started Googling, where did this talk about rule of law before? Where did it talk about due process? Well, I'm telling you, we didn't elect all these people. It was the president we elected. So the president owed Nigerians a duty to act firmly with principle. All right.
Let's go back to Mr. Ejiofor for now. As a security expert, when someone says my life is under threat, and when the issues of this nature involves trillions of Nigerian naira, what do you think should be the first step the government should be doing?
Well, I believe the government should come out and wherever Mr. Maina is, should be produced. And in fact, in reference to what Mr. Ogunye said, don't also forget that the media is the fourth estate of the realm. Media is part of government. They form the opinion, they mold the opinion of the people in relation with government. So when I said, I was not being cynical when I said that the last contact with Maina, last known contact, public contact, was channels. And we do well to also tell government in collaboration, way last was, is Maina in the country? Is he out of the country? So these are questions that should be asked. He has talked about, you know, the SSS providing protection for him. Did Maina not know initially that he was under threat before he returned to Nigeria?
That's it.
He has been in Nigeria. It's only when this last incident came out that it took off again. Whether it's in Nigeria or outside in Nigeria, I wouldn't know. I'm not in the service, and I'm not a spokesman for the service. I'm only expressing my opinion to shape the polity, because this is a very big security challenge. If you talk of what, is it a bait that Maina is setting by telling us that he has recovered this thing? If he has recovered, he has a case with the EFCC. If he has recovered even 10 trillion naira and misappropriates even 1 naira out of the money, he has a case to answer. And he must come out openly to answer that question. That's my position.
Another big question I perhaps will throw to you tonight, Mr. Ejiofor, is the fact that the immigration boss mentioned at the hearing that Mr. Maina, apart from being a Nigerian citizen, is also an American citizen. He holds 3 passports. What is the implication of that, especially for a public servant?
Well, I was surprised that that revelation came up during the hearing that Maina has American passport, he has Nigerian passport, he has a diplomatic passport. But don't also forget that immigration cannot act in a vacuum. If somebody should be intercepted or must be intercepted, it must be on watch list action. We don't work on the media, on what people say. So he has come out, the Comptroller General of Immigration has come out to say that even when Maina was on watch list, a letter was written to the EFCC. The EFCC wrote a letter removing him from watch list. So in that case, what is it? And is it also impossible that Maina must not have used any of the known legal routes in going in out of the country? These are possibilities, so we cannot just draw conclusions.
Let me come to you, Mr. Adiba. In all of this that is on the table, the issues of the involvement of the civil service and how the deniers, and in fact, the man there, the civil service from the Ministry of Interior, did say, if anybody is going to take the fall, I will take the fall in all of these matter. But again, legally speaking and procedurally, what would you say the federal government should be doing when this kind of revelations are coming? Do you think that the president should allow this report to come out, or should have taken his own independent decision?
I am not the president, but if I were in his shoes, I would suspend all the guys that are involved.
Like?
Because suspending the
like
Attorney General is number one. I'm going to suspend him. I'm also going to suspend the Permanent Secretary in Interior. And I'm going to also put on suspension the Head of Service of the Federation.
But the woman said, I have the letter.
Listen.
The copy of the letter is with me here.
If she had that letter, was she ever aware that Mena was reinstated at some point? And if she was aware, what did she do? Did she bring up the matter with the president?
She said
or to anybody?
I mean, in one of the leaked letters.
Let me tell you something. All these stories, this tale by moonlight about what is going on, you know, Nigerians are not fools. Look, Mena is talking about insecurity. When he was reinstated, he came to Nigeria. Was he killed? Then disappeared as soon as the president said he has to be taken out of his position. Look, the fact is this. The reason why this issue is key, as far as I'm concerned, is that it deals with the very root of corruption. Because if I am serving with all my heart, believing that after my service, the system will look after me, and then some clever criminals then steal all that I'm entitled to, and I'm left without nothing. Like you see pensioners on the street, dying daily, living under bridges.
All right.
How then with those who are serving now say, look, let's give our best to the government, knowing that we'll be looked after tomorrow?
All right, we'll take another break now. And up next on the program, the Buhari-led government prides itself in fighting corruption. But does the government have the strength to bear this burden? We'll hear from our guests when we return from this break.